Hi students, in this video let us see about polity news. Here there is a news related to Election Commission of India and registration of political parties. Let us see what is the news and what are the various issues involved in it. Here the news is saying it is a public notice. It is saying that a party seeking registration has to submit an application to the Election Commission within a period of 30 days following the date of its formation as per guidelines prescribed by the Commission. So it is asking the political parties to get registered. The Election Commission, here two important provisions are there. Under these two provisions, it is acting Election Commission of India exercise its power. The Election Commission exercises the powers conferred by Article 324 of the Constitution and Section 29A of Representation of the People's Act 1951. Indian Constitution and Representation of the People's Act, these two are two important legal instruments in India to conduct elections. Fair elections are conducted through these provisions. The registration of political parties is governed by this provision, Section 29A of Representation of People's Act 1951. Here the extract from 1951 Representation Act. Here there is part, that is part 4A. It is saying registration of political parties. Here you can see Section 29A. It is talking about registration with the Commission of Association and bodies as political parties. So this is the legal basis, legal instrument in the hands of Election Commission of India to approve any newly formed political party. The Indian Constitution, this is the extract from Indian Constitution. Here you can see part 15. It is saying about elections. Here Article 324 is saying superintendence, direction and control of elections to be vested in an election commission. So this is about election commission and the powers and functions of election commission. Indian Constitution Article 324 is about election commission and Section 29A of Representation of People's Act is about registration of newly formed political parties. Now, if election commission has to give recognition for any political party can be either registered as either state party or as a national party. If the political activity of political party is limited to a particular state, it can be recognized as a state party provided it has some kind of good performance in state elections and Lok Sabha elections. Similarly, for a national party also, Lok Sabha state assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections are taken into consideration, and based on this, Election Commission of India registered it either as a state party or a national party. Let us see what are the different conditions or what is the minimum criteria to be met by a political party to be recognized as a state party. Here it is saying for state party to be recognized as a state party, Election Commission of India can take state elections as a parameter or Lok Sabha elections also as parameters. If state elections are taken as parameters, 8% of valid votes polled assembly polls. This provision is added in 2011. It is saying if any party gets 8% of valid votes polled in the assembly elections, it can be recognized as a state party. Or this is if 8%, then it will be recognized. Or if only 6% of valid votes polled it got. Additionally, if 2 seats are there in the assembly elections in that state, it can be recognized as a state party. Or there is one more condition, 3% of valid votes polled or 3 seats in assembly. If a party gets this condition, it can be recognized as a state party. Here you can see that here two parameters are there. One is percentage of valid votes and another one is seats. If you take valid votes as criteria, if a party gets 8% of valid votes, in that particular state, it will be recognized as state party. Suppose if do not get 8%, that means what does it says? If 8% of share is there in the state means significantly this political party has voice in the state political system. That means election commission can recognize or legitimize this party's voice by recognizing as a state party. Suppose if could not get 8%, if it gets only 6% of valid votes, and also if it gets 2 seats in the assembly elections, then it will be recognized as a state party. There is one more condition. If only 3% valid votes are there and if it gets or 3 seats, then it can be recognized as a state party, whichever is greater. Now, if we take Lok Sabha elections, based on Lok Sabha elections performance also can be recognized, a party can be recognized as a state party. Here, like in the assembly elections, here in the Lok Sabha polls, if 8% valid votes if a party gets, it can be recognized as a state party. These are all the conditions. If any of these criteria is met by political party, it can be recognized as state party. In case of another category, 6% valid votes and 1 Lok Sabha seat, state party, or 1/25th of Lok Sabha seats. That means if there are 25 seats for the states, 25 Lok Sabha seats are allocated for the state, mean that party should get at least 1. If there are 50 Lok Sabha seats for that state, minimum 2 it should get. And let us see in this manner. 8%. In case of assembly also, we have seen if it gets 8% votes in assembly elections also, state party. If we take Lok Sabha performance, 8% in Lok Sabha performance, again state party. If it is 6% and 1 seat in Lok Sabha, once again state party can be recognized, or 1/25th of the state seats also another criteria. If any of these parameters are met by political party, that can be recognized as a state party. Now here you can see assembly elections can be taken as parameter, or Lok Sabha elections also can be taken as parameter to be recognized as a state party. Similarly, now what is the criteria for national party? If a party wants to be recognized as a national party, the performance once again should be varying. Now comparing with the state party, national party requires more additional performance. Here, if any state party is recognized as a state party in at least 4 states, because it is a national party, that means across India or pan-India performance is required to be recognized as a national party. That means if any political party is recognized as state party in at least 4 states, it will be considered as a national party. Suppose if it is not meeting, then it goes to next condition, that is 6% valid votes polled in Lok Sabha elections in any 4 or more states. Here you have to see 4 or more states, then only national party recognition is possible. And wins 4 Lok Sabha seats from any state or more than 1 state. So here 4 Lok Sabha seats, and in 4 or more states 6% valid votes. So always you can see percentage of votes and also number of seats. These are the 2 parameters important for recognizing a party as either state or national party. If it could not meet this condition also, then it can go to next condition, that is 6% valid votes polled in the assembly polls in any 4 or more states. It is about national party, that is why 4 or more states. It should be the presence of a political party should be in more than 4 states or 4 or more states, and wins 4 Lok Sabha seats from any state or state. This condition is similar. This condition, 4 Lok Sabha seats. When it comes to votes, either 6% in assembly election or 6% in Lok Sabha elections is important, is compulsory. If it could not meet this also, it can meet this parameter, 2% of all Lok Sabha seats from at least 3 states. If any of this criteria is met, it will be recognized as national party. Here you can see in the table format. Here if you take percentage of vote, 6% in Lok Sabha and in 4 or more states, or 6% in assembly in 4 or more states. So here 6% vote share either in Lok Sabha or assembly elections, plus that party should win at least 4 Lok Sabha seats from any state or more than one state is required. If it could not meet this one, and it should meet this one, at least 2% seats. For example, maximum number of Lok Sabha seats 552, and if only 540 seats are filled or 545 seats are filled means 2% of 545. So minimum 10 or 11 seats it should get from more than 4 states. So at least 4 or more states. Or it should be recognized as a state party in at least 4 or more states. This is the criteria for party being recognized as a national party. What are the advantages if Election Commission recognizes a political party as a state party or national party? What advantages a party will get? State parties gets a reserved symbol within the state. So within that state they can use that reserved symbol, whatever they wish to use, it can be used. In case of national party, that symbol is very important because they are going to appeal for more number of voters in across different states. If common symbol is there in different states, people can easily recognize the political party. If the symbol varies from one state to another state, then it becomes difficult to appeal for the voters. Subsidized land for party offices. For party offices, subsidized land also will be given to recognized parties. Free airtime on Doordarshan and All India Radio. So these are the various advantages to the parties. So here recognizing a political party means here a political voice is being recognized legally so that more number of people can get the opportunity to listen to the voice of this political group. So this is about registration of political parties. It is in news now because due to Corona, the registration process is not going smoothly and there are elections in different states. So it is appealing or giving notice to the public that if anyone wants to register as a new political party, they can come and register it. So under this circumstance, we have covered this news. Thank you.